spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Dr. Doom is gonna...
We go to church basement conventions.
We would go to Manhattan, man. You go to St. Paul's Church.
Do you think the priests were like, look, it's a safe haven?
That's what every fucking priest cares about, a safe haven for children. That was their church. I'll tell you about our church, man. San Diego Comic-Con moderated a panel for Onslaught. That movie is dope. You will fucking love. It's about super soldiers. Then the next day, Spaceballs introduced the cast and the crew, and they said, and Rick Moranis. That room adored him. Really beautiful, because we don't get to Jay and Silent Bob without me loving Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah.
I want to take it back.
How far are you going to take it back?
Way back.
And it goes a little something like,
Jay and Silent Bob
are in the Hizzouse.
Kids, we're back to podcasting on a regular basis. Here's the thing. For years, Jay and Silent Bob would get old. Remember that podcast, kids? Me and Jay's sobriety tracked for years. How many years are you sober now?
Well, July 2nd was 16 years.
Okay, so we've been doing the podcast for damn near 15, 16 years.
Yes.
As Jay and Silent Bob get old. Well, guess what happened, kids? Jay and Silent Bob got old.
Yes.
Can't call the show Get Old anymore when we've officially arrived at old age. We were like, what's a good name for a new show?
Yes.
Jay and Silent Bob are in the Hizzouse. This is the Hizzouse, a.k.a. the Hizzy, and we welcome you to join us as two old friends sit down and catch up on a scary new world.
Yeah, think about that, how old we are and how long we've been podcasting and working. We've been working longer than we have not been, for me, in the entertainment business, that is.
I want to take it back.
How far are you going to take it back?
Way back.
And it goes a little something like this.
Hit it.
Back then, we used to just be able to go to a little church not little, I was happy. We go to church basement conventions, which were cool in New York. You brought me to one.
We would go to Manhattan, man. You go to St. Paul's Church, which is almost like a cathedral. It's very big. They would rent out the basement to the Big Apple Con, and the Big Apple Con would have a huge comic book show in the basement of the church. Not a convention, a show. But like big as the church. The irony was upstairs, they were like, holy, holy, holy God. And then downstairs, you could buy a Verotic comic with like vagina wide open and a giant demonic cock.
Cherry Pop-Tart.
Going into a cherry Pop-Tart. Never mind the superhero shit, which could be sacrilegious in and of itself. Because like Thor's, father's Odin, he's God. They don't have, they're not like, and we all worship God. So there they are in a church where they worship God. And downstairs, series of gods and sex comics and fucking bootleg videos. You know what it was like in the Bible when Jesus is heading into the fucking temple and the money changers are all doing business? It was so ironic to me because I'm like, they welcomed the money changers.
Yeah.
They were like, well, they're giving us like $2,000 a pop for the basement.
Yeah.
So what the hell? Whatever goes downstairs, that's between them, not me and the Lord. But real upstairs, they're selling faith and purity and sanctity.
Yeah.
Downstairs, they're selling fantasy.
Oh. But do you think they were like, the priests were like, look at these kids? But they probably were like, look, it's a safe haven. And maybe if they go through as soon as they pass the pearly gates.
That's what every fucking priest cares about, a safe haven for children. No, I think they were just like, we're getting money. Money talks, bitch. The good folks at Magic Spoon have figured out a way for us to enjoy all our nostalgic childhood favorites, man, with way less sugar and way more protein. Put it in your mouth. Put it in your mouth and tell me if it tastes like a happy childhood. Oh, look at that.
I ain't kidding. This not only is very tasty, but it's like really soft. And usually you put milk in it to soften it up. You don't even need milk, bro.
Oh, no. You can find Magic Spoon at Amazon.com. Or if you go to Whole Foods, they sell a plant-based version, man. I've got nothing but vegan Magic Spoon at my house.
High protein, keto friendly, gluten free, grain free, soy free, wheat free, naturally flavored, totally delicious childlike cereal for grown-ups and kids.
And look at this. Now they're doing protein treats, cereal bars, kids.
Oh, let me try one of these.
They got flavors galore. Fruity, frosted, peanut butter.
Cocoa, cinnamon, and crunch. And look what I'm trying right now is some peanut butter.
Put it in your mouth, man.
Oh, I'm going to put it in that. Look at that. Oh, look at that.
Put it in your mouth. And
delicious.
Look at that,
man. It really is. And I know this because my 3-year-old son Loves it. We've got these. He's like, can I have some of those cocoa ones, Papa?
You get $5 off your next order at magicspoon.com/snooch. SNOOTCH, man.
That's right. Magicspoon.com/snooch for $5 off.
You want protein soon? Get your Magic Spoon. As long as you're not like committing mortal sins, the 10 Commandments.
Yeah.
That was their church. Let me tell you about our church, man. Our cathedral, San Diego Convention Center, where we all gathered to worship at the San Diego Comic-Con, man. Now, this is what number Comic-Con for you? Do you know? I've been going since 1995, so this would be the 31st year. I haven't gone to every one. I've missed about 3 or 4 over the years. But
same here. I've missed 3 or 4, and I know Moritz had been out, Clerks had been out. So I want to say 97 or 98 was definitely for me.
I went 95 we showed Mallrats.
It's a long time ago, though.
It's true. And we've gone to like many Comic-Cons.
We really have. Chicago Wizard World, New York.
Yeah, and we've gone to many cons
them.
that aren't even San Diego Comic-Con and stuff. But yeah, it's interesting. I think you must have been there. Do you remember Brian Quinn being there?
Yeah, I feel like, yeah.
Because Quinn came with us because I got a picture of Quinn in front of the Batmobile. He came to help us sell posters and stuff.
Because didn't they all drive? Is that when they drove up?
That was the next year's when they started coming, when Brian and Walt started bringing everything.
And I know for a fact I was there then.
Then, for sure.
It's so amazing to go back and see, though, those photos and, like, seeing it grow, too, where I remember you look across the whole entire huge convention, you'd only see a big DC sign, a big Marvel sign, maybe Warner Brothers or something. Everything else was like, oh, I could see that. Now you can't see anything because everyone has a 2-story loft of a place, Mattel, Lego, everything.
Everyone has an activation all over the floor and stuff.
Yes.
One of my favorite Comic-Con memories that involves us is, you know, we've been going to Comic-Con for years, and they've changed the drop-off where you show up and get dropped off if you're doing panels. Like, we've been going since before there were, like, movie people coming.
Yes.
There was at one point where we were the only movie people that would go to Comic-Con, or old stars who'd been in stuff like Lou Ferrigno and stuff like that. Nobody current in Hollywood wasn't there selling their movies and stuff. That happened like while we were going to con and stuff. You know, this is like a couple years before Stan passed away. And we're pulling up, me and Mewes, in the back dock, loading dock area to get dropped off, and there's the blue carpet and stuff. And as we're getting out of the car, Stan is coming down to blue carpet, being escorted, you know, by Max and some of his people and whatnot. We had worked with Stan back in Mallrats and whatnot. And for years, he was always like, Kevin, when we doing another movie? Every time he saw me, Kevin, he knew my name. He never remembered Jason's name. So he would always be like, hey, Kev, hey, Kev's buddy, kind of thing. So we get out, we see him, we have that exchange and stuff. And then we chit-chat about Comic-Con. He was just done with whatever he was doing. We were heading into our thing. He heads off, gets in his car, goes, and we head in. And Jay goes, don't you want to go back in time and tell the young version of us that, like, one day we go to Comic-Con and the first person who greets us is Stan Lee? And I was just like, well, he greeted me.
Yeah.
He knew my name. I don't know if he didn't seem to remember who you were, but yes, like, sweet memories, 30 fucking plus years of going to this pop cultural event, like they call it the Celebration of the Popular Arts, which I used to read about in Starlog magazine or in Fangoria or in the comics, in the letter section of comics. And we've been going to it now for decades. We've become a fixture of it. I do a show in Hall H every Saturday night, which they just told me this year. Like, I'm tight with the people backstage because I do a lot of panels and I'm there every year and stuff. And they're like, Kev. But I never knew this. I always thought Sunday they just did more shows in Hall H. But they told me the other day, right before my show, you're the last thing. And I was like, really? And he goes, every year you're the last thing. He's like, as soon as your show's done, we pack up and we go. He's like, last year, Lucas came in. George Lucas did a thing. He's going, but that was kind of a special occasion. He's going, but yeah, we never do Sunday because Sunday is expensive. And they're like, we get all our big programming done on Saturday and Sunday. They have panels. They just don't use Hall H and stuff.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my God. Like, I had no idea all this time I've been doing a show. I close Hall H. Like, literally, I thought I just closed it on Saturday night, but they're like, no, you close the show. So going this year was nuts, man. We did 2 shows
Yeah.
at the American Comedy Club. I did a show with Mark at the American Comedy Club on Thursday, 2 shows with Jay on Friday. First show, we did a live version of Jay and Silent Bob are in Hizzouse. A lot of fun. The audience was great. Second show, we did Comics On with Jay and Silent Bob, where we literally just read Jay's of Future Past, the Marvel comic that we did. And Jay played Jay. I was the narrator. And then the audience, we had 26 people from the audience playing all the rest of the parts. Absolutely wonderful time. But then I had side hustle gigs as well. So I went and I moderated a panel for Onslaught, which is an A24 movie directed by Adam Wingard, the guy who does like the Godzilla, King Kong movies lately and stuff. So there were a bunch of famous people and stuff who were in the cast, like Dan Stevens, your boy from fucking, I know you love that show, Downton Abbey.
Oh, yeah.
He was was he Matt Cawley? Is that his name?
Yeah.
He was the, fucking Lady Mary, Lady Mary.
Yeah,
what happens to him? He dies, right?
Yeah.
Like at one point.
Spoiler. No, I'm
spoiler.
kidding.
In this movie, he plays like a fucking 110-year-old Nazi and he's in heavy makeup and shit.
Nice.
And he's evil. And I told him on the panel, I was like, Dan, Lady Mary would not be happy. And he was like,
yeah.
And Rebecca Hall, who is in those King Kong movies with him, and she's been in like Iron Man 3 and a bunch of fucking movies and shit. She's very British. She was there as well because she's in the cast. And at one point, I was asking her, I was like talking about the director. I was like, so this is like your third movie with Adam? And just Adam calls, you show up? She goes, yes. When Adam says, I want you to be Dan's sex dominatrix handler, you say yes. And I was like, and you get to be in the movie too. And she, everyone laughed, and then she caught it, and she goes, oh, very good. So that panel was dope. That movie is dope. You will fucking love that
Onslaught,
movie.
okay.
Onslaught.
And then?
It's about super soldiers. Then the next day, I was moderating the panel for Spaceballs, the next one, the sequel. Josh Gad and all his friends got together, reached out to Mel Brooks, comedy legend Mel Brooks, and said, can we fucking do Spaceballs? Because in Spaceballs, the original, he talked about wanting to do Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money. So here we are 39 fucking years later.
It's amazing.
And they're doing it and shit. But so I was moderating the panel. It was for Amazon. And Keke Palmer was there, who's like so wonderful. Man, she had interviewed me years ago when she used to host a morning show with Michael Strahan on ABC and stuff. And she's so dynamic. So I was always like, man, she shouldn't be interviewing people. She should be acting. And now she is, and her career's blowing up and stuff. She was just in I Love Boosters, and she was in The Burbs. She's in a lot of stuff, but she's in this movie as well.
Do you think that it's been 39 years because Mel Brooks was like, I don't want to do another one? Do you think it was Rick being like, I don't want to do another one? Like, what do you think? Why do you think it's taken so long? Do you think, like, I'm so curious because it's such a big movie and classic. And like, I'm always like, hey, let me do another Jay and Bob reboot, take 3 times,
Here's my theory. Well, here's facts. Not every movie gets a sequel. Spaceballs did okay, but it didn't like destroy at the box office. By the time Spaceballs happened, Star Wars was over. Like Return of the Jedi had happened, so he was commenting on a genre as he often did. Silent movie comments on silent movies. Young Frankenstein is his parody of horror films. Blazing Saddle, his parody of westerns. So Spaceballs was his parody of Star Wars, but Star Wars was over.
Yeah.
So when Spaceballs was over, it's not like they had more fodder to do a Spaceballs 2. Like, intergalactic warfare movies just kind of dissipated, and George Lucas wasn't making Star Wars anymore. And the next thing Mel Brooks did was probably Robin Hood Men in Tights. So it was a send up of, the sword and swashbuckler genre of old and stuff. And then he just got older. Like Mel Brooks is literally 100 years old.
Amazing, which is amazing.
Guess what, man? Now's the time to go to a party with your Willie out, man. Willie Nelson's got this THC infused, low calorie, low sugar alcohol alternative, man. Let's test it out, shall we?
Test it. Tell me how it tastes.
You can't get into this, but this is my kind of speed, man. This is the
5 milligrams.
5 milligrams.
They have 5 milligrams and 10 milligrams.
Oh, that's sweet. It tastes like lemonade. Give me the 10.
Ooh, let's get the 10 on.
I think I'm ready for do this Willie style.
Go Willie, go Bobby.
Honestly, like, it's got more THC. This is how you could party with the best of them. Get up the next morning function like somebody that wasn't partying the night before, man. Willie Nelson was my father's hero, for heaven's sakes, man.
How do they get the Willies?
Let me tell you something, man. Willie's ships to 40 states across the country, direct to your door. Let me tell you something. They sold out a couple times since their drop, man, with over 300,000 happy customers. They had to go back to make some more. That's how popular this Willie's is, man. I can tell you why. It's tasty, and I feel good. So order right now at drinkwillies.com. That's DRINKWILLIES.com.
And use the code SNOOCH for 20% off your first order. And if you order over $95, free shipping.
Woo! That's my free shipping sound right there, kids. It's irritating as hell, but everyone knows that the free shipping is happening when you hear that. So I think what happens is a bunch of influences converge at once, and that's why we get a Spaceballs sequel. Number one, nostalgia and sentimentality are the coin of the realm. You can always count on that to put asses in seats. Some people have been away from this for a while. They made Spaceballs 39 years ago. 39 years later, the table set for it. There have been many more, not just Star Wars movies made since Spaceballs, now in the last fucking 10, 15 years alone. But there's Star Wars TV shows, the idea of streaming, the idea of like building out a universe, Marvel, coming to Comic-Con and going like, look at all the movies we got planned out for 12 fucking years. So it's ripe for, making fun of, ripe for satire and comedies. They'll be like, if it's called Spaceballs 2, they'll know it's a fucking thing that makes fun of Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or all space movies and shit. So right then and there, timing's on your side.
Great.
Number two, Mel Brooks still alive, and everyone wants to give a man like this his flowers while he's still above ground. It's not without precedent. But most importantly, the fire that fucking lit this candle. Josh Gad, the gentleman who plays the voice of Olaf in Frozen, who originated one of the two fucking main roles in Book of Mormon on Broadway. Actor, you've seen him in a zillion things. He's got big success and a lot of clout. Like, he just signed a Disney deal to do like 2 more Frozen movies where they're paying him like $50 million
to be Olaf,
to be Olaf again and stuff. So like, Josh is like a good guy, sweet guy, but he's got a lot of juice. And what he chose to do with his juice is reach back. Some people concentrate on the present and like, I'm taking care of mine, building mine. This is a dude who's just like, fucking Mel Brooks, man. Like, we ain't gonna have him much longer. He wants to make Spaceballs. Oh my God. Like, now would be the time to do a Spaceballs sequel. Fucking let's do it. So he got it done. He brings it to Amazon. Amazon's like, this entire package makes sense to us. Done and done. And so it moves forward.
Amazing.
Rick Moranis said on the panel, he's like, we've been wanting to do it since we wrapped Spaceballs.
Yeah,
and every few years, Mel would talk about it and stuff like that. But Rick Moranis like pulled himself out of the business. His wife passed away years ago. And so he took himself out of the business and raised his kids. So, this is after a lifetime of work. Louis Tully in Ghostbusters, SCTV, which led to Bob and Doug McKenzie in Strange Brew. You'd imagine this dude was like part of Comic-Con. Never been in all of his career. Now, he's been away for most of my career. He's been retired. So I never encountered the dude. So when they were like, Rick Moranis is coming, we were doing the pre-Zoom and shit. I was like, oh my God. Like, has he ever been to Comic-Con? They're like, no. I was like, then we got to build in time, because once he hits that stage, they're going to hit him with a bunch of love. All the characters he's played, never mind he's returning as Dark Helmet, but all that, like, they're going to, and this is not a guy who ever had controversy, looming over him, like beloved and shit.
Yes.
And the worst thing that happened that his name's attached to was a couple years ago. He was walking on the streets of Manhattan, just being a normal Manhattanite, normal New Yorker. Motherfucker just came up, rocked him in the fucking face.
No way.
Yeah, just assaulted him. It wasn't even like, I hate Rick Moranis. He was just one of those it was a New York moment. The motherfucker was just like, rocked a dude in the face and stuff. Rick Moranis, they do a little bit at the beginning. They wrote like the panel they had a script. Like, it wasn't me just going, full
script for you or full script for him?
For everybody.
For everyone. Oh,
so
okay.
Onslaught, is like, here's some suggested questions, but I just went wherever I wanted to.
Yes.
Spaceballs, the writers and the director and Josh wrote a script, which was good because they wrote in some funny shit. Like, it wasn't just like, hey, look at us all up here and we're just going to talk. They actually had some fucking bits going. So one of the first bits was, I introduced cast and the crew, and they said, and Rick Moranis. And he didn't come out. And they were like, Rick Moranis. Everyone's like, where's Rick? Where's Rick? And shit. And then fucking they said, look in the audience. They cut to the audience, and there's like, dark helmet. Like, go to him. They lift it up. It's some random dude. They lift another helmet up. It's some kid. Then the third one is Rick Moranis. Nice. And the fucking audience goes nuts. So when we bring him up on the stage, like, I'm like, give it up for Rick Moranis. Fucking house gets on its feet. Standing ovation for this fucking dude. Rick Moranis is a professional. He come from Second City, so he knows what it's like to be in front of a crowd and shit. And he's a grown-ass man with a brain that works, so I'm sure he understood when the Amazon people were like, there are going to be 6,500 people out there. I don't think he was prepared for the level of resounding affection that hit him fucking square in the face, in face, neck, and chest, right into the heart, man. Yeah. Like, that room adored him. And we all, like, I bowed down. Everyone started bowing down. We fucking, worship the dude and shit. Really beautiful moment to see. And really great for me because we don't get to Jay and Silent Bob without me loving Bob and Doug McKenzie and wanting to be like, oh, I wish I could do that. And one day we did it. So meeting him, like before we did the panel, I was like, we sat and did a pregame with everybody. And then when he was by himself, like I went over later and I was like, hey man, I hate to bother you, but can we take a picture? And he was like, oh my God, yeah. We took a picture and I wanted to get that out of the way because I was afraid if I waited for the picture, I'd just cry talking to him. Yeah. So we took the picture and I said, look, I'll say it on stage, but I just want to say, like, this is huge for me. I play a character called Silent Bob, and I'm standing next to a guy called Jay. I played Jay and Silent Bob for over 30 years, and that's because I was a massive fan of Bob and Doug McKenzie. Oh, Bob and Doug, he goes, that's great. I said, so thank you, man.
So is that the first time they've asked you to come in and moderate a panel the day before?
No.
They didn't ask me. Spaceballs, which is amazing.
They didn't ask me the day before. They asked me weeks ago.
Well, weeks ago. But I'm saying the day before your panel. Sorry.
Last year, Disney asked me to do 2 panels. So I did the Tron panel, Tron Legacy, and I did the Predator Badlands.
Okay.
So I moderated those panels, and this year A24 hired me to do Onslaught, and Amazon hired me to do Spaceballs.
Amazing.
I would have done them all, even if they didn't hire me. If they just asked me to do them, I would have done them.
So I got to talk to you a little bit about Spaceballs, which is very exciting. I can't wait to see it. But Avengers, you were there early enough, right? So your panel's at 7.
Yeah.
Now you're backstage waiting for your panel.
My panel starts in Hall H, and for those that don't follow this shit very closely, Hall H is a massive 6,500 seater at Comic-Con, and that's where all the news you read about comes out of. So
yes, sorry, let me just cut off real quick. Let me give you a quick example. Where my room was, on my balcony, I looked out and people were lined up, no lie, 8 a.m., all along the whole entire marina. And it went for, I couldn't even see. People were waiting that long to get in there. All 6,500 people waiting. It was amazing. And all of a sudden, like, I go shower, I come out, and you see it moving very slowly. But anyway, yeah.
Marvel wasn't there last year. They were there the year before. That's when they announced Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. So Marvel returning this year, particularly returning with Doomsday, everyone knowing now that Robert Downey Jr. and knowing this movie's coming out in December, it was bound to be a massive panel and stuff. So it felt like all of Comic-Con got in fucking line for Hall H.
Yeah, seriously.
Saturday at 5:30 was the panel. Friday night, they were lined up already down to the marina and shit like that, just to get badges. I'm not even supposed to be there, but I got me a Hall H badge for Saturday, and I'm super fucking tight with all the fucking people that work there. They see me every year, but they are super tight with security backstage because they bring some of the most famous fucking people. There was a guy from the Marvel security team. He gave me a challenge coin. Like, I get handed challenge coins all the time, man, but this one is like fucking, it says providing security for the multiverse. We watch the heroes. They're the ones that bring in RDJ, fucking
not
Chris
just
Evans.
Here, you mean? Are they
go every place.
That's awesome.
But I was by some cameras, and the camera guys were like, we can move this. I was like, you really don't have to, man. I said, I'll move my feet and stuff. And they were like, they knew me from stuff. They're like, hey, man, blah, blah, blah. I was like, I can't wait to watch this. They're like, oh, and they start telling me what they do. They're like, we've been doing this for years. We're Marvel guys. I was like, a year with the con? They're like, we're Marvel guys. We shoot all their stuff now. My job primarily is like, we shoot all this stuff backstage. Here comes fucking Ant-Man. Here comes fucking, fucking the Avengers. I'm shooting all them backstage as they hug Kevin Feige and high five. They ain't seen each other in a while and get ready and stuff. So he's doing all behind scenes footage and shit.
So Kevin Feige is the big dog.
Kevin Feige is the head of Marvel Studios.
So every one of those guys know Kevin Feige, right?
All of them. He has his finger in every Marvel project, oversees every Marvel show.
Amazing.
He's the key man. He's the producer. He's the Kevin who must be saved at all costs, the most important Kevin in this world.
Oh, yeah.
So I got to see all that, the backstage activity. Like I saw fucking RDJ, Robert Downey Jr. come in and shit. And I saw everyone like meeting each other after a while, Pedro, Pascal and shit. And then I saw the fucking like, what? Ryan Gosling walks in.
Yeah, why?
And instantly my head's doing the Marvel math. And I was like, they're about to announce Ghost Rider. And they did. That was one of their first announcements. They're like, we're doing Ghost Rider. And the lights went off and they put up the logo and you heard vroom, vroom. The lights came back up and there was fucking Ryan Gosling standing there.
That's amazing.
So they use it to make big announcements like that. They announced the new kid who's going to be playing Black Panther and Black Panther 3.
So is it supposed to be his son? Is that what I did read?
It's going to be his son. What happened is at the end of Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, Shuri met her nephew, I forget her character's name, but Lupita Nyong'o's character introduced Shuri to her son that she had with T'Challa.
Okay.
And he said his name, he had a nice Haitian name, but then he was like, that is my Haitian name. My real name, my Wakanda name. And he said it, I'm Prince T'Challa of Wakanda and stuff. So, and Shuri was like crying. I'm going to get emotional. It's so sweet. So when they finally get back to Black Panther, because that shit was years ago, bitch. So the next one, when they do Black Panther 3, which is not till like, I think they dated it 2028, that little boy is now going to be a grown-up. Now, you also have to take into consideration, some people are like, how could he go to that age so fast? We don't know what's going to happen after Doomsday and Secret Wars. There's going to be a whole fucking reset.
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? And some people ain't going to play the same people anymore. So they'll get there. But they announced him, the kid who was in The Long Walk, which I liked. And I remembered him. As soon as they were going, like, he was in The Long Walk, I was like, oh, I know that kid. He was good.
So first they announced Ghost Rider. So all the people are in the backstage. You got to see that, which is awesome. Because not everyone gets to see that.
Right.
I got to see it, like you were saying. It's funny because I remember being backstage when they showed a teaser for I don't know if it was Black Panther or if it was part of one of maybe it was the Avengers movie or something. But I remember the girl, it was the first time they showed one of the girls and she came in the back and they were crying because, like you said, they hadn't seen each other since they were filming. They finally got to see a big clip and see the reaction of the audience.
Yeah.
It was really awesome, man. It was awesome. I got to see that be backstage when they showed the Justice League.
Yeah.
All the Justice League. So Momoa was there, Ben, everyone's in the back, and they're like, it's and even though I'm sitting in the back, like you said, and I'm like sitting in the corner watching, it makes you tingly watching it.
This is the one thing that I was like, I want to go. Like, this is something I'm a fan of, and I want to sit there. I got no skin in the game. Like, it's not like I'm trying to get a job. I just want to watch this panel and see the fucking trailers and shit, because they ain't gonna put the trailer up online right away. It's going to be a while. Now, they dropped the Doomsday trailer, and it was in advance of Comic-Con, so you were like, what the fuck are they going to show at Comic-Con? If they're already dropping the trailer now, what are they going to show at Hall H? And Marvel did not disappoint, man. They put up some fucking shit. They put up a clip from Spider-Man Brand New Day of Spider-Man and Punisher fighting the Hulk. Fucking astounding. You're going to come.
Yeah,
you're gonna cry and come.
Because right now they show the Hulk chasing them and stuff, and no,
there's one shot where Spider-Man, like the Hulk, is like fucking leaping at him, and Spider-Man, he swings under the Hulk, and then he fucking webs Frank. So he's dragging Frank across the floor on his back, and Frank is just fucking firing guns up at fucking the Hulk.
So that's out right now, right?
But that comes out. Well, I mean, by the time they watch this, it's out.
No, sorry. But what have they shown right now? The trailer I've seen of Brand New Day, right now, they show Hulk bust through the wall and chasing Spider-Man, but they haven't showed any scenes of them fighting.
Right.
But they did at Con, which is great. great. I
That's
love
what they
it.
do at Hall H.
Hall H,
they
yes.
show you stuff
What else?
nobody else is going to see.
Yes.
So they showed, since the Brand New Day trailer's already out there, many trailers, and since the movie's about to open, John Barenthal came out and introduced kind of that sequence.
Punisher was there?
He was there, man.
Oh,
he was like,
he's
let me
so
tell you
awesome.
something, Kevin Feige. Let me tell you something.
You can't protect them, Foggy.
Can't protect him, Rick. So then after that, the other big clip we saw was he brought out, Kevin Feige introduced the Russo brothers, the directors of the Avengers movies, Endgame, Infinity War, and now Doomsday. They, in turn, brought up the fucking cast. And so there was like 30 fucking Avengers there. A bunch of famous people were in the back of the fucking room, so everyone turned around, they were there and shit. And then a bunch of famous people on stage, including Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Pedro Pascal, and shit like that. So RDJ gets up and talks a bit and then throws into the accent. You know, he does his Dr. Doom accent and stuff. And then the Russo brothers are like, who wants to see, you know, we can't come to Hall H and not fucking make an impression. Who wants to see something? And so they ran a new trailer.
No.
And this trailer was Doctor Doom centric. And let me tell you, the trailer that they dropped last week was wonderful.
Yes.
This trailer was fucking astounding. Like, just breathtaking. And fucking like, this is, you know, I'm not saying they did it wrong, but if they had led with this trailer, fuck. This trailer just makes Doctor Doom seem so fucking badass and tragic and wonderful. And it starts with like new footage, all the footage in the trailer they hadn't shown in the previous trailer and shit. Sue Richards, is the Invisible Woman, is talking about, Victor was always the smartest guy in the room, but then he changed. He used to be kind and caring, but then something happened. And, you know, I used to think he was lost or whatever. Now I realize he's broken and shit. So they're setting it up that the Fantastic Four, as in the comics, knew Victor Von Doom before he became Doctor Doom.
Yes.
So as they're doing that voiceover, they're doing this. You're seeing everybody who's in the movie, and it's like fucking every superhero you could stick at, every Marvel hero. And then they keep doing shots of fucking Doom. And then there's these two moments which are so fucking badass where they like, you see this wasted city, just a city destroyed, and they fucking cut to Mr. Fantastic, and you hear him going, Victor, and then you see him and he goes, did you do this? Then they cut to the mask and you just see Robert Downey Jr.'s eyes like downcast, look down. And then later on they come back to him. He's like, did you do this? Like, it's the moment that I think when they realize this motherfucker. Because in the beginning of the movie, it sounds like Dr. Doom is like, we have to do all this to save the universe.
Yes.
At a certain point, Dr. Doom is going to Dr. Doom and turn on everybody.
Yes, because, the going back is the trailer, but right now that you could see, Doom looks like he's like, come on, I need your help, and you're going to help me. But in this, it almost is showing like, haha, I tricked you guys.
And anybody with half a brain would know that.
Because
like,
you sort of felt that way, yeah.
Well, it's fucking Dr. Doom.
It's
He's
Doom,
never
yeah.
going to be the good guy.
Have they mentioned, here's my thing.
Yes.
Doom, Avengers, has Doom, how have they
They're
shown?
from 3 different Earths.
So
there's 3 different Earths that are colliding in incursions, and that will destroy one or all of them. So Victor Von Doom is from the same Earth as the Fantastic Four. The Fantastic Four are not from our Earth, which is Earth 616, where all the Marvel movies you've enjoyed take place. 858 or 818 or whatever is the Fantastic Four universe, and that's where Victor Von Doom is, and that's where people suspect Steve Rogers has been, and that might have created some of this incursion activity. And then the third world, I don't know what Earth they call it, but it's Earth X or whatever.
So
that's where the X-Men live. All the X-Men from the previous X-Men movies. These 3 worlds are about to collide. Victor Von Doom is like, I can help. We must all stop this if we band together. And then it turns out he was using everybody.
But is that why?
Because he wants to make this happen. Because he's going to create Battle World, and that's what the sequel Secret Wars is all about, where he fucking makes everybody fight like in Secret Wars.
But how is Doom not like Tony?
Why would Doom know Tony?
That's what I mean. Why does
he wouldn't? He's from a different planet,
that's
different
why
universe
I'm saying,
altogether.
which I know, which I love.
The Fantastic Four doesn't know Tony. They wouldn't be like, Tony?
No, I know.
They're going to meet him for the first time in this fucking movie.
Dude, and I love that the X-Men are over here, and that's what makes sense why they're not part of this.
And the X-Men have survived other incursions. They've watched other worlds die. In an incursion, either both worlds die or one world can survive. But in order for the one world to survive, it has to fight the other world, kind of. They have to fight for their own survival. So the movie apparently begins with the X-Men watching another universe die. And so it's happened to them a few times. So when the Avengers from Earth 616 go to the X-Men universe to be like, hey, well, we got to stop this. The X-Men are like, they're trying to kill us. And so it's fight mode. So it's X-Men versus Avengers. That's why in the trailer you see Gambit fighting Shang-Chi and shit. It's going to be badass, bitch. And that's when Dr. Doom shows up, because in this fucking trailer that they showed at Comic-Con, at the end, like, you know, they show the moment where Thor attacks him with Stormbreaker and Dr. Doom just holds it with two fingers and shit. But on this one, they gave you the dialogue, and Thor goes, "Before I'm done, you'll beg for hell." And he goes and attacks him, and Doom catches it, and then you hear Doom say, "Hell answers to me," and then he fucking flicks Thor like he's nothing, and he goes, "For I am Doom," and he raises all these fucking sentinels up from the ground. So he's going to use the Sentinels to kill all the fucking X-Men. It's badass. Trailer is just like fucking. I was like, oh, it's fucking so turgid, so erect the whole fucking time.
But, and it gives you butterflies and everything, doesn't it? It's
but
so
all
great.
this shit does. Even the bad ones, when the movies that people are like, that fucking sucked. I still get butterflies. I love all these. I love all the fucking Marvel movies. They put Doom's costume out on display at Comic-Con on the floor. Yeah. And they also put up posters of Doom. And you could start to see like they're treating his costume like what it is in the comics. In the comics, Dr. Doom is buried in a moving magical fortress. Yeah. His mask, his armor, it is all like not just like, hey man, this is armor, so you can't hurt me. It is magically fucking enhanced and hexed and fucking has spells built into it and shit like that. For example, he has a piece of the wood of the true cross embedded in his armor in case Dracula attacks him. Like, that's who Dr. Doom is. He's just like, I'm prepared. He's Batman gone horribly wrong. He's like, I know how to kill everybody. I would have to because I'm Dr. Doom. So if you look at the two giant buckles on his cape, there are two symbols, runes that are built into them. And one is the symbol of Thor. So it means he has been prepared for Thor to swing Stormbreaker at him since before they fucking meet. And the other symbol is Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel, one of the most powerful Avengers, so he would have to be prepared for Captain Marvel as well. So if you look at his costume, all the runes and magical symbols are built in, showing that he's ready for all defense. That's why at the end of fucking Doomsday, Doom is gonna win. They're not gonna fucking beat Doom. Yeah, he has to win. Like they're so fucking outmatched. He's so overpowered. Yeah. He's not just a master of fucking science and technology, but of magic as well. Because
he's as smart technically as Mr. Fantastic, right?
As brilliant as Reed Richards.
Because they were friends in the back in the day.
And in the comics, he does shit just because. Fuck Reed Richards, that's why. Yeah. Like, you know, every supervillain's like, I've got motivations. Like, and in this movie, it sounds like Doom wants to destroy the multiverse so he can create one universe in his own image and bring back his lost loved ones, perhaps his wife and his child, if not his mother. In the comics, his mother was taken to hell by Mephisto. Ooh. And Doom fucking had to go and fight Mephisto and get her free. Doom, like, had to trick Mephisto to free his fucking mother and shit. Like, Doom could fight and overpower anybody. But sometimes he just fucks with the Fantastic Four because fuck Reed Richards. Yeah. Like he sent Franklin Richards, their only son, as a boy, as a child, to hell. And not because he's like, it's part of my plan, just because fuck Reed Richards.
Yeah, I'm going to make him suffer.
I don't think we're going to get that version of Victor Von Doom as much, because I think Victor Von Doom's ire is going to be focused on Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers, I think, is the crux of all these incursions, because at the end of Avengers Endgame, Steve Rogers, went and had a happy ending. Went back in time with Peggy and fucking like they were dancing and shit like that. That was never supposed to happen. That created a branching incursion. So I think, based on everything I've read and stuff, that Doom, Doom hates the Avengers too in comics, so that tracks. But in comics, Doom is just like, fucking the Fantastic Four, and particularly Reed Richards, are his Ahab. He's Ahab and they're his fucking Moby Dick. Whereas in this movie, it seems like Doom is going to be more like, I fucking hate Steve Rogers. I mean, like, spoilers, bitch. I don't know if this is true or not, but there was a breakdown of the plot of the movie, which came out months ago. But now, based on Comic-Con, like they put out costumes of Latverian witches and shit, and people were like, those were in the fucking breakdown and shit. So it's seeming like this breakdown, that the plot breakdown is accurate. And if it's accurate, spoilers, Dr. Doom is going to kill Steve Rogers' son right in front of him.
Ooh.
Now, if they kill Captain America's kid right in front of him, if Dr. Doom does that, come on, man. That's the baddest bad guy that ever batted. But they're making him sympathetic as well because he lost. So he's even in the score as far as he's concerned, if this is to be believed. He lost his wife and child because Steve Rogers upset the balance of things, because he went to a place he shouldn't have been, did a thing he shouldn't have done, that created an incursion.
Yeah.
So there's a line in that trailer where Doom says, and you see all the heroes that keep cutting to him, he's like, all of you have been living stolen lives, and now you have to give them back. So fucking badass, man. It was so fun. And they blew the roof off the fucking joint, man. Like, at one point, Dr. Doom does this power leap, dude, from a building to like fucking, looks like he leaps like a mile and does a fucking superhero landing and shit. Oh, and Robert Downey Jr., I feel, this is my theory. Number one, I think he's like, look, I played the best good guy. Now I want to play the best bad guy. But I think more importantly, he's doing it because this man just won an Oscar for Oppenheimer, Best Supporting Actor Oscar.
Oh, wow.
And I think that dude's like, let me see if I can get nominated for a performance that's so good, it don't matter that you never see my fucking face. Like, I'm going to wear a mask that whole movie.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can act so fucking brilliantly that it does not matter that there's a fucking goofy metal mask in front of me. I think he's doing it just to see if he could fucking pull off another Academy Award worthy performance. My hat's off to a motherfucker who's like, I'm going to challenge myself and get paid $100 million large at the same time.
And he gets to work with all the people he must probably likes. He probably enjoys those people. He's like, I don't have to work with these dickheads.
Exactly.
Other dickheads, maybe.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Can't wait, man. As you can tell, we get very nerdy about this shit.
What I realized being at Comic-Con even, and when I talk to you and get to hear, I feel like I'm so out of touch for me personally because I used to read so many comics and I used to like watch every single cartoon that came out, every movie and all that. And it has been years since I've really paid attention. Like I haven't watched all of 97 yet of the X-Men
97?
Animated movie.
And you love the cartoon.
Love.
You used to watch the original cartoon when it aired.
Yes. And I've watched it again over and over again. Like, did
you ever see like Ben Affleck, an actor that you've never worked with?
No.
Was in a movie about that Superman, George Reeves Superman. I forget what it was called. Hollywoodland. I forget the name of the movie. Ben Affleck.
Play that scene.
Our lifelong friend. Play that scene out in that movie. Isn't that ironic? He played Superman and he played Batman.
So I'm saying there's a handful of people out there who could say that. Ben was Batman and Superman. I just thought it was really cool.
Do you one better. Ben was Batman, Superman, and Daredevil.
You're right. Holy shit.
Of course I'm right.
Downey Jr. now. It's gonna be like was fucking Iron Man and I'm fucking Doc Doom. Like that's pretty incredible.
I was fucking Iron Man.
That's pretty incredible, bro. That's pretty incredible. Jason Momoa, Aquaman,
and
Lobo.
That's right.
Come on, dude.
He's been two people in one universe. That's fucking rare breathing. Momoa was Aquaman in DC, and then Lobo in DC. Like that's even rarer breathing to play two heroes in one universe and shit.
Yeah.
Comic-Con came and went, kids.
Here we are.
And now we go back to the regular fucking horrible, boring ass real life and
Next
shit.
year, though.
4 days of goddamn glory where you see the world the way it could be, the way it should be. And then just a taste of paradise, man. Fucking we soar so close to the sun on wings of wax. And then fucking on Comic-Con Monday, it's back to fucking normal business and shit. Motherfucking reading the news, doom scrolling, going, what war are we in and shit? Only war I want to be in is a Star War, God damn it.
Oh, or a Spaceballs war.
Or a Doomsday war. War against fucking the forces of evil like Dr. Doom and shit. I am happy that Comic-Con is in the rear view at this point. Not because I don't like it, because it means we are that much closer to Comic-Con 2027. And when I go back next year, Comic-Con 2027, you and me, we're gonna have something to show them.
Something to talk about on Hall H.
Let's give them something to talk about in Hall H. Yes, we will. That's next year. As for this year, we're fucking done. That's your debut episode of Jay and Silent Bob are in the Hizzouse. For Jay and Silent Bob are in the Hizzouse, I'm Kevin Smith.
Jason Mewes.
And you don't gotta go home, but
you gotta get the hell up out of
our Hizzouse.
Yeah, we did it.
Teamwork makes the dream work. Bye, everybody.
See you later.